You bastards. Thanks for that, guys. So, as I was saying... Yes, so we are here for the last round of the season in the OBF1 Tier 1 Championship. Hey Chris, how are you doing this evening? So it looks like we're going to have a pretty full grid, just waiting for the rest of the drivers to join. As always, we will be getting going with 50% with a short race and 50% qualifying. A short qualifying and a 50% race. Sorry, I'm still a little bit on cloud 9 from having won my tier 2 race. So what can I say? It's a gift. It's like I can't control it, to quote one of my favourite movies. Anyway, yeah, so now let's go and have a quick look at the championship standings. I know the title has been settled in terms of our runaway leader and champ and really funny Mancunian, otherwise known as Little Jim. But what battles have we got going on today? So there's a decent battle now shaping up for 4th place between Mitch and Marshall. Kieran 7 points ahead of Dixie in 6th, and Outward Patient just 3 points behind Dixie. El Chicao, having already said this is not one of his favourite tracks, let's see what he can pull off. He's only 5 points behind Outward Patient, so 15 points separating 6th through 9th. Now we have got Chris and Moot, who after 2 very impressive races as a reserve this season finds himself on 11th place on 43 points. So let's see what he can do. See a couple of names missing. It's good to see Team Red in the grid. Hope you're feeling better, mate. And obviously we heard what happened earlier. And where's the mosh pit? Is Mosher in here? Does not look like it. Mosher is not racing today. What's going on? What's going on? It's crazy. Just kidding. But yeah, so we have got a few stand-ins. A newcomer to the league as well in Elite NL Dave, who was trialled just a couple of days ago. Looking forward to seeing what sort of pace he can set over the course of quali and going into the race. As we saw in Tier 2, no, it's not always about quali pace, and it's very easy to get, well, not easy, but it's manageable to get through the traffic and especially when people make errors through the very tricky section 1 with the S's. We saw quite a few people, myself included, spinning around there, but let's see what happens. You can see the drivers are starting to ready up, and I'm just about to be okay, so just going to go back onto the stream and look at the comments. What drama will incur today? Well, Craig, that remains to be seen, but I'm guessing what drama's going to happen today. Well, there's going to be some penalties, there's going to be some spins, and there's definitely going to be at least 6 safety cars. Kidding. 7. No, we'll see, but race will be getting going shortly. Craig, as always, if you could do the honours and let me know what the what the weather settings are for the race, as well as quali if the weather's going to be changing. Thank you, mate. We've got Jen Serena joining, who was so unlucky in the Tier 2 race, having crashed out on the very last lap in a very comfortable 4th position as well. So, but yeah, the drivers will shortly be readying up, and we will be getting going for this 18-minute qualifying session here at the Suzuka International Circuit in Japan. Now time for full focus from Chris. All those clouds are looking colourful. So what we're looking at, my brethrens, just kidding, but what are we looking at in terms of weather for these sessions? Craig? And we've got our first drivers coming out now, and my bet is going to be that it's going to be, is it Dixie or is it CDM? It's Dixie. Sorry. As always, getting out super early is Dixie. I think if we had an award for the driver who started their qualifying sessions first and always straight up, Dixie would have won that hands down. But very good driver. Done a practice session with him at Suzuka last week and showed some rapid pace before losing it in the S's. Hopefully that does not happen to him today. But we will sit on board with Dixie for his flying lap. If I'm correctly, 17 corners around the Suzuka circuit. One of the longer tracks, but it's full throttle for a good part of it, which brings this to around about what I'm expecting qualifying times to be in the 129s for Tier 1. We were in the very low 130s, i.e. 130 flats for several of the drivers, and everyone in the top 13 was under 130.5, so very close. Not a track you can really gain much time on, like it's full throttle for a good amount. How you take the corners and how much you're willing to risk it through 130 are going flat out, not going crazy. Or, well, I don't call going flat out crazy, I did the same. But yep, let's sit on board with Dixie for his flying lap. Next car coming around is an Alpine. I'm going to presume that to be Marshall. Marshall has left the session. We can't have that. Oh, Dixie having to get off the throttle there just a little bit. But at 32.761, great speed into that turn, just avoiding track limits penalty. We've got a McLaren waiting to start their flying lap. I'm going to presume that to be Mitch. As James is on his dicky, getting a little bit sideways out of the chicane. Sorry, hairpin, that's a hairpin. I think that's a hairpin. Down towards the turn, good line there, not getting too much curb as he comes out. A lovely line there, utilising the whole track there was Dixie. Great smooth line there from the Mercedes driver. A 1:12.889 in the second sector. And with just 3 corners to go, hard on the brakes. Lovely line there by Dixie, and this looks like it is going to be quick. We are looking at 1:29.474 for the Mercedes driver. A great lap indeed. Who will be the next driver? We've got an Aston Martin on track. Is that Cons? Let's sit on board with Team Red. Team Red, CDM is out. CDM has lost it through the S's of Sector 1. And we'll be starting at the back of the grid here. Little Jim goes second with 129.9. James a 131, and Chris and me on a 133.73. James, right, so that was a very good time by the Mercedes driver. Who have we got coming close? We've got an Alfa Romeo, but that will be over Kieran on a... Yep, that's Kieran on not a flying left. Let's sit on board with El Chicao, the Alpha Tauri driver. Definitely one of my more favourite teams in the... And we've got a full... showing a full yellow flag on the track, but there's definitely not going to be a safety car during qualifying. But a good line there from El Chicao, the number 89 driver in the Alpha Tauri, taking the curb a little bit, seeing Dixie get out of the way. He's currently sitting on pole and a tenth faster than Mitch as well. It looked like a great lap from Dixie, and it's stacking up against some of the fastest drivers in the league. Mitch currently sitting in fourth in the league. Marshall 10 points behind him. And Dixie faster than him here in Japan. But what is El Chicao going to be able to do here as he crosses the line? And Consway, wow. I wish I'd sat on board with that lap. 128.883 from the Aston Martin driver. From Moshe's nephew. Wow, what a lap. Jim, is he going for another lap or is he in? He will be in. Yep, he is in. Let's sit on board with Kieran. Nice line there. But he's not running any ERS, so I'm guessing he's abandoned this lap and he's going to go again. What's Marshall doing? Gensorino is on a lap. Now, I don't think that's right. It says a 33.9 as fastest sector 1, but... I'm pretty sure Dixie went into the 32s, as I see Elite NL Dave, the newcomer to the league, smashing his first qualifying time in and coming into second place for the Ferrari team. Could Ferrari be on some very good points? And Fatia, the fastest driver on the mediums right now, nearly half a second faster than our champ, Little Jim. So, short markers posting a 133.39 on those mediums. But what is Gensorino gonna do here? 114.928 from the Alpine reserve driver. Head down towards the finish line, and this is gonna be a 132 flat. So where are we? Who's first? We are second out. That's an out lap for Anthony. So let's sit on board with Marshall. What's he going to do at 113.487? A good middle sector, very good middle sector. So we see Fatir now popping just past Dixie into third place. So currently a Ferrari 2-3. And Fatir on those medium tyres. But what is Marshall going to put through? A 130.399. Currently good enough for 10th position in the Alpine. Kieran, yep, he's going again. Let's sit on board with the Alfa Romeo. Just 10 minutes of qualifying left to go, and could I believe we're already 8 minutes into it? A 113.528. Currently 6 seconds up, but there's going to need to be some more time in there. Okay, Kieran will still be sitting in 14th place. Getting a bit too much curb out that second last corner. Has to get off the throttle a little bit, and it's a 130.447 on the mediums. Sure, he'll be looking to go again there now. Antonis, he's currently in sector 2. Very aggressive line there, slipping a bit through it, but carrying some good speed is the Williams driver. Not looking as smooth as some of the lead drivers, but a good exit there for the Williams as he heads down towards 130R in the end of sector 2. What is this going to be? A 113 flat? And that was flat through 130R as we head towards the penultimate corners. A good line out of the chicane and coming down towards the finish line. What is this going to be for Anthony? 7th place at 129.970. So all of our drivers have now set a lap. We've got Little Jim out on the softs, and he's already half a second up on his fastest lap time. Currently sitting in 7th place, having been pipped by Marshall to 6th. He needs 1.1 seconds approximately to get this pole position. Can it be done? Of course it can. They don't call him Little Jim the champion for nothing. What else have we got out on laps? So we've got, I'm inclined to say Kieran may be going for that one. Team Red definitely is. But what is Jim going to put in here? It's going to be in the 111s, 112.5. So currently 6/10 up, but this is only going to be good enough for 3rd place, which is not going to satisfy Jim, and for Tier still having to go out on those soft tyres. So let's see what is Jim going to put through here as we come through the last sector. This is a 1:29.138, so 2nd place for the Alfa Romeo driver. A very good lap. Dixie just starting his lap, wanting to improve on what is now 5th position. We've got Aston Martin coming towards, so that's Team Red, and he does not have a front wing. Where is El Chacao? Coming through sector 1 as well. Short Marcus on an outlap. Anthony's going again for another lap. What about Marshall? What is Marshall doing? I'm pretty sure he's going to be pitting. Yep, he's going to be pitting. What about Elite? And Dave has already invalidated. Jim is going again. Is Jim going again? I'm not sure. No, he's not. I don't think so. No, he's not. Okay, cool. Let's on board with Dixie. Coming through sector 2. That split time can't be right, surely. I guess it is. Yep, he's eased off. Maybe he's made a mistake. What about Elite NL Dave now? He has invalidated that lap. Little Jim taking it easy back into the pits. So we see, have we any changes? No, but Kieran now 4 lap old medium tyres. A very big effort here from the Alfa Romeo driver on those mediums. Is he just trying to get track time in and then looking to go out on the softs and smash it? Could be done. As he spun, but keeps it out of the wall. He kept it out of the wall just there. Now, where are we with Dixie? Dixie is about to come over the line and start again. Oh, what a camera angle. I like that angle. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's that one or the other. When does he brake? Halfway through turn 1, the head bopping around, but a great line there by the Mercedes. And he has lost it, and that is going to be, no, not turn, wow, very lucky not to lose his wheel, but can he get back in time to change that from that wing and get out and do another set? I'm pretty sure he will, but with 5.5 minutes to go, he's going to want to get back as quickly as possible. Now, what about Mitch? Mitch is coming through sector 2. Nice line there by the McLaren. Getting off the throttle a bit, and maybe could use a bit more of the track. But now let's see what he is going to get out of sector 2. Is he going to be up on his current time? It's a 1:12.6, currently a quarter of a second up. This could potentially put Mitch into 3rd position right now. Let's see what is this last sector going to be like for the McLaren. Will sit on board for it. And as he comes towards the finish line, Mitch is going to post a 1:29.384, good enough for 4th place at the moment, but taking the Ferrari for Tier onto the 5th row. However, here comes the Tier. He's 3/10 up in sector 1 already. What is he going to do as he comes through sector 2? A very steady line by the Ferrari, pushing the throttle to the limit. That's going to cost him a little bit of time out of the corner, and I thought that was going to be an invalidation, but not. What is this going to do for the Ferrari driver? It's going to be a 1:11.785, 8/10 up already. Are we looking at provisional pole, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see through the last corner, getting over the curve. Nice aggressive line straight out. This is going to be special, guys. Stay tuned for a 1:28.491 from the Scuderia driver. We've got Conswhitey out on the lap, 25 thousandths up on his first sector, but he's just going to got to notice that he's now 2nd place. He's got 4 attempts to find on Patir. Can he do so? So we've got Chris and Moot out on a flying lap just behind Cons. Yep, just behind Cons. So what can Cons do? Now, only 600ths up. This is not gonna... He's gonna have to find something huge in this last sector. And then we'll switch straight back to Chris to see what he can do. But I don't think this... And he's binned it! He's binned it out of the last turn. What can Chris do? He is a quarter of a second up on his time. He's got a lot more to find. But what is this going to be? It's going to be a 1:29.786, which is currently good enough for 7th place for the Red Bull driver. We've got Mitch, who is pitting. Yeah, pitting. Elite NL Dave. Let's sit on board with the debutant. Currently, and he invalidates, and is he going to bin it? He's binned it, and is that front wing damage? He will not be improving his time. With 2.5 minutes there is no way he is getting that back to the pits in time. What about Chris? 2 tenths up on his first sector line. Could have perhaps been better through that corner, but continuing down is a bit of a slide. That could have helped him though, as we head up towards the left-hander, sharp left-hander, where so many drivers have spun it. Not today, but just in history. Nice line there. Alchikal has retired. I'm presuming that's that is an in-pit retirement, so very happy with this lap. But staying on board with Chris, who is now down to 8th. It's a what's his lap time going to be? 4 tenths up currently. This could pip Chris potentially into 5th ahead of Marshall. Let's see, but it's going to be close. Nice line there from the Red Bull driver. His final lap, we can see the fuel flashing, and it's 5th. It's 23 thousandths ahead of Marshall. But Elite and yep, no, he is now done, I think. Short Marcus. Let's sit on board with Marcus. My main man, Marcus, is Genserino. Oh, let's hope, Marcus will have the opportunity to get another lap in with the competitive times we have seen today. However, that is going to probably put a couple of curse words there in Marcus's tongue. What can last week's winner at Sochi produce here? Eight attempts up on his first sector time alone. Now Marcus needs to find 2 seconds. Nice line there out of the corner. We don't like that view. No, we don't like that view. Number 24, AlphaTauri, heading down towards the left-hander. And that's very wide, and it's an invalidation there by Marcus. He has the time to go again, and I'm sure he's going to want to. Currently sitting down in 13th place. The AlphaTauri driver will not be happy about that. As we see, he's currently 1.3 seconds up. Of course, he will have maybe gained some time by running track limits, but that's a very good recovery there. And no, he's giving it up. He's not going to set a lap. So Marcus will be starting in 13th. Antonis 5 seconds down. Kieran, what is Kieran doing here? 2 tenths up. Qualifying is over. So what have we got here? Right now there are no improvements from our top 3, but we will shortly sit on board once Kieran has crossed the line. This is going to be an improvement from Kieran. Is it going to be enough? Okay then, it seems like we have a similar thing going on as we have before. Little Jim has crossed the line. Cons has invalidated, and that's what is Gentry able to do. He is up half a second already. And we've got James on the lap as well. Let's sit on board with James. He was 3 tenths up through sector 1. We've got 2 drivers on fast lap. What can he put through? 6 tenths up. 6 tenths up. So James is definitely... Could he potentially challenge his teammate here, Mitch? Heading down towards the last turn. And what is this going to be from James? Oh, only 2 tenths shy We definitely have a bit of a pile up around and half a second up for Genserino. Now he needs to, this could put him ahead of Team Red. He needs another 6 tenths to get ahead of Marcus. Very surprised he didn't go for another lap, Marcus. He had the time, he had the power, and bam, bam. Lots of not cleared up cars, a McLaren and 2 Alfa Romeos I can see at least, but that is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now have a rundown of the runners. We've got FTH in first, Cons in second, Little Jim third, Elite NL Day fourth, Chris and Moot in fifth, Marshall sixth, Mitch seventh, Dixie in eighth, James in ninth, Kieran rounding off the top 10 and starting on new fresh tyres, Antonis in 11th, El Chicao in 12th, Short Marcus in 13th, Genserino 14th, Team Red in 15th, and CDM having not set a time will be starting at the back in 16th place here for the final race of the OBF1 Tier 1 Championship. We will shortly be getting going, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are enjoying the stream as always, and remember to give us a like and feel free to post any comments. I do have the comment section open on my phone to respond. But we will, like I said, shortly be getting going with some great racing here in Tier 1 of OBF1 Racing League. The final race of the final season on F1 2021, where we will be moving to the new game next month. I'm sure everyone's as excited as me, and can't personally wait to get hold of the new cars. It's looking like it's going to be a dry race but cloudy, which will obviously of course affect tyre pressures as they're running at a lower temperature track and air temperature. The drivers will now be just sorting out their strategies. For me, this is a one-stop. It is a one-stop. If you can manage those tyres, the softs, get them say lap 10, lap 9 to 11, you've got a very great chance of making this a one-stop, like I did, and I kind of made it work for me in Tier 2. But 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we go here for the OBF1 Tier 1 race in Japan. A great start by Cons, who smashes past Tier. Jim on the insides, but he does succeed just to avoid contact. So for Tier, down 1 place. Short Marcus already down. Wow, there's so much movement in the bottom half of the lead. Marcus now up to 9. What is going on here? I mean, wow, we've got a yellow flag and a safety car. We've got a spun Mercedes, which is Dixie. I'm not sure if this is a virtual or a full-blown safety car, but wow, what a start to the race. A travesty for the Mercedes driver. Does he have wing damage? Yes, he doesn't have a wing. So the big maneuvers of CDM already up 6 places. Short Marcus up 4. Wow, we've got Short Marcus starting on the medium, CDM starting on the soft. The majority of the people who did not qualify in the top 10 have chosen to start on the mediums, 4 to 2. So, and we're going again. It was just a virtual safety car, and we're going again. Cons leading with Fatir in second position, only a few tenths behind the Aston Martin driver. And Kieran is out. Kieran is out of the race. He has lost it. Coming around, I presume that's not a place a driver would normally lose it. Maybe there has been contact with the Aston Martin, but no safety car. So Dixie is also out. Dixie has lost it. We're down to 14 drivers already. 2 drivers out. We know Dixie did not have a front wing, but wow. So Jim not able to keep up with his front 2, and a bit of a DRS train behind NL Dave, so to speak, all the way down to James in 8th place. Look at that, 5 drivers battling it out. Marcus and CDM going at it like a pair of on-season rabbits. Let's sit on board. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Who's that? Ferrari. That is Elite NL Dave, and he has also lost his front wing. It's going to be a trek back to the pits for the Ferrari driver. What a shame, having qualified in 4th position. What a shame there for the Ferrari driver. But we are, as we are now seeing, the predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS. And Marcus has been, CDM, sorry, has caught the back of short Marcus, but Marcus was able to hold it together, no damage for CDM. And, like I said, the DRS train still going on. We've got a yellow flag in sectors 1 and 2. Elite and L Dave really struggling to get the car back to the pits. What strategy is he going to opt for? But yeah, we've got a 4-car DRS train behind Chris for 4th to 7th. For Tier still right on the back of Cons, and we will have DRS activated next lap. We'll be able to use at the start of lap 4 because of the DRS detection points being where it is. Yep. Cons, oh, Little Jim setting the fastest lap so far at 1:32.089. But again, we've got, oh, Chris is starting to put out a bit of a lead over the Alpine of Marshall, who has got the 2 McLarens hot and breathing down his neck right behind him, waiting to pounce on any mistake from the Welshman. Nice line there, Food. Oh, and he does get out of place a bit, or maybe that might have been a lag. But just look at this, a bit of a gap now starting to open up between the drivers, and short Marcus is closing in on it. Will he be? Yes, he will. James gets a little bit loose out that corner, and now Marcus will be, if he can keep this pace going, within DRS range of James in the next lap or so. In the next lap, and CDM still right on the back of Marcus. Is he going to break a little bit early to avoid contact this time? Yes, he does. Nice corner in there by the young man. Heading down towards the sharp left hander, runs a bit wide there, CDM, but it's not a bad recovery in terms of the lines. Hugging that inside curb nicely, gets on the throttle down towards 130R. And we're going to switch back to the battle for first for Tier, and Cons allowing Little Jim to catch up as well. What's going to happen here? I thought Cons was diving into the pits there, but this is going to be our first batch of DRS? No? Okay then. Does Jim not have it over? I haven't got telemetry on, that's why, okay. Would have helped. So having a look, all the drivers have very similar ERS, but the positions have not changed. Mitch is past Marshall, Mitch is past Marshall, and as I thought Mitch would, Marshall was starting to struggle to keep up the pace of Chris, the Red Bull driver, who's reserving again today in the Red Bull, and I'm sure looking to represent the Red Bull team well for his teammates Schnitzy and Paul Harrison, who unfortunately both are not here today for the season finale. Very aggressive line there from Marshall, but a good line nonetheless. We close pretty much all short Marcus now pulling away from CDM. Now I don't know if there's been contact, any damage on CDM's car. It does not look like it. So CDM being dropped by short Marcus, who is on the medium compound tyre. Let's get back to the battle for first. Just a second separating the top three, who are still about 2 seconds ahead of Chris, but Chris definitely keeping the pace to these drivers. Heading down to the Shannon Posh chicane, as I like to call it. And a very aggressive line here for Cons. What can Fatir do? Obviously Cons does not have, as Mitch sets the fastest lap of the race at 1:31.9, and Cons going defensive but regaining the racing line and holding off Fatir for another lap. Mitch, wow, is really catching up to Chris. Both the drivers on the soft compound tyres. Ooh, Mitch just saving himself there, not costing him too much time, just a few tenths of a second. But Mitch really catching up to the back of Chris. Will he be able to maintain his pace and get past the Red Bull driver? Any other battles going on further down the grid? We've got short Marcus closing up towards James. Genserino on the mediums is only 1.2 seconds ahead of behind El Chacal. Not a bad effort there from the from the Tier 2 reserve driver as we get our first track limits penalty of the day, and it is the newcomer Elite NL Dave. What can Mitch do here? He's going to have ERS. So is for Tier1. Will he be able to make this one count? Marshall has disconnected again. The Alpine driver seeming to have connection issues, and this is going to cost him places now. But yep, no, nothing there. What about Mitch? He was on the inside, but knew that he was going to compromise and potentially take out Chris with that line, so had to hold off. But will he? He's now within breathing distance of the Red Bull. A lovely line there around the first set of S's. Very cozy with that curb. And car just turning beautifully. I've got short market. We got Marshall right on the back of James. James getting past Marshall in the DRS section. That will have been a track limits warming there from Mitch, I'm sure. But let's stay on board with this battle. It's looking a good one. Short Marcus is right on the back of Marshall though, as I've just lost all of my timing. So oh, Cons has dropped. Cons must have made a mistake because he's now dropped to first. He's got wing damage. He doesn't have wing damage. He doesn't have a wing. That's why. So this is going to allow Chris into third. Let's hope Cons does not battle this too hard. 130 RB, one of the toughest corners on the track, on the calendar without a front wing. But no, he gets out the way, and Cons will be pitting, having previously been in the lead. This is now, will Jim be able to make the move on for Tier? CDM getting a time penalty for track limits. As yet we see Cons into the pits now. Will he opt for the mediums and go two-stop? Or will he go to the hards and try and make this a one-stop strategy? I do wonder. Jim's lost it! Jim has lost it! The Alfa Romeo has spun it! Our champion has lost it through the first set of S's, and for Tier now a 4-second gap to Chris Amu. Wow! Little Jim down to 8th position. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing his recovery. But yeah, now we've got Mitch in 3rd, James in 4th, Short Marcus in 5th, having got past Marshall, and CDM within, will be within DRS range of Marshall. Can he maintain this gap? Wow. You don't very often see mistakes from our champion Little Jim, but you just saw one right on the air. Let's hope we see a great comeback from the only remaining Alfa Romeo driver. We got Mitch on the back of Chris. Mitch is going to want to try and get the move done. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, and that is a Alpine, I think. No, I'm not sure. It's a slow moving Alpine, I want to say, but I'm not quite sure who. So maybe Marshall, because CDM and Short Marcus have got past him. But here comes Mitch on Chris. Is he going to get the move done this time? Chris moving towards the outside of the track. Here comes Mitch with the speed, not even needing his ERS. What a move by the McLaren driver. Will he hold it? Yes, he does, and he is past Chris, 3.6 seconds behind for Tier, and currently with, I believe Mitch does currently have the fastest lap of the race. Yes, a 1:31.997. Will Mitch now be able to close that gap to Fatir and potentially claim what I believe would be his first victory of the season here in OBF1 in the last race of the season? Got any other battles? We've got a decent battle shaping up for 9th place between Antonis and El Chacal. El Chacal was previously in 10th, but I'm presuming he's caught up with and got past Antonis on the DRS straight. But yeah, battle for the last points paying position. We've also got Team Red and Gensarina battling out for 11th position, the two Tier 2 drivers. With Cons and Elite, two of our faster drivers who qualified 1st and 4th. Only 1.6 seconds separated Elite on much older soft tyres. It's saying he's on 7 lap old softs, but he's crashed and this is only lap 8, so I'm thinking that statistic is wrong. because he's definitely pitted, and obviously we all know you have to change tyres when you pit. However, El Chacao to the inside, this is really going to compromise his exit speed, but no, he's okay. I keep getting glitches on my timing because of entries and exits into the lobby, so... But, oh, a great line there by Antonis. Is he going to get 9th place back from El Chacao? I don't see why he wouldn't. His tyres will be supreme now. He's got DRS, he's got ERS, and he gets down the inside. El Chacao was not backing down, though. Great control there by Antonis, and he collides with El Chacao. Oh, what travesty for the Williams driver, who resets the track. I'm sure the stewards will be looking at that later. But yes, Marshall, Little Jim has got past Marshall. He's up to 7th place. We've still got, Chris has got past Mitch. I'm presuming having used DRS, but 6/10 separating the two drivers. How far up the road is for Tier? Wow, the gap for Tier has got a huge lead over Chris. It's going to be at least, what, 4 seconds? Mitch down 1.2 seconds. I'm thinking maybe he's made a mistake. Those tyres will be falling off now, so who will be the first to pit? Chris dives into the pit. Mitch is going for another lap. He's got DRS. He's going to make it count. We've also got Short Marcus on the back of James. James was on the defensive line, but going back, he is out of ERS as well. Marcus with 60%. Should not be a struggle for Marcus to get past the McLaren driver in the next DRS zone. However, we have got an interesting situation here. Both of the McLaren drivers are only separated by 2.3 seconds, and both need to pit, and both are once off. Let's see what happens here, if they're going to end up double stacking, but James will not want that. He will be out, I would say, for at least another lap if his teammate does not pit. Did Mitch? We're not going to get to see Mitch's time. But yeah, staying on board with Short Marcus. Chris and Mook coming out in 9th place, and he is just behind Team Red, coming through Sector 1, and the S's are much fresher, soft tyres. He's going to want to get this move done as quickly as possible, so not to be held up by the Aston Martin driver. Crucially, he has come out ahead of Cons, but Cons will need to pit again, having chose to go on to the soft tyres for his second stint. Not sure I would have, but he must believe in his pace. Little Jim has also pitted, and just 1.3 seconds behind Cons, 1.5 seconds behind Chris and Moot. But Chris is really going to be getting held up here by Team Red. Where have we got a battle? We've got Mitch into the pit, so James will be staying out. Marcus seems to be losing traction out of those last turns, which is compromising his ability to overtake James, who is scraping that floor, but no, Marcus does not. He runs out of straight, and James now sitting in 2nd place for the McLaren team. Marcus knows he does not need to make any rash moves here, but sitting behind James is going to be costing him a lot of time on these better conditioned medium tyres, rather than James's 10 laps plus the 3 laps he would have qualified on them with. James running very wide as we got a spinner in Sector 1. It's I want to say Marshall. Yes, that is Marshall has spun it, and that is going to put him right at the mercy of El Chacao. Mitch, wow, crucially for Mitch, he has got out ahead of Chris and Moo. That time behind Team Red really did hold up Chris, and now he's got a drag fight for Mitch for ultimately 2nd position. Little Jim about, I want to say 5 seconds behind the battle of these two. Marshall really lagging here. But El Chacao sitting right on the back. He knows he does. Oh, okay. Wow. Sorry. Yeah, Marshall definitely is lagging like crazy. Must admit, I do find it difficult racing against drivers around you lagging. We've seen some instances, and I have especially recently. And it just throws your game off. James gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane on top of his 3 seconds. Oh, Wow, Marcus pitting really early, out 10 on the mediums. I'm surprised. Is he going to choose to go hard or soft? Front wing. Okay, that would be why. He's going for the softs. Marcus is going for it. He was going for the pace, but he will be stopping again. 15 laps on the softs is doable, but your tyres will be screaming at you like crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, Mitch, 4.9 seconds behind for Tier. El Chacao doing a fantastic job on the 12th lap with these soft tyres. And where did he qualify? He qualified 12th, so these are fresh tyres, and I've personally been able to do 10 laps. Well, I've done 17 laps with them, but like I said, screaming at me. But El Chacao really managing these tyres, and currently sitting in second for the AlphaTauri team. Okay, so. Oh, we've got spun! We've got spinners! Now it's going to be James and Team Red have spun out. And have dropped considerable positions. Team Red, does he have wing damage? I'm looking. We've got Elite and Short Marcus both coming onto the back of him. I can see he has a wing, and it does not appear to be damaged. So Elite on 11 lap on softs and Short Marcus on brand new. Will he be able to get the move done on Elite? As we come out the turn, he's got the traction. He's got the EOS. And he's got the number 19 Ferrari coming into 130. Who's going to back first? Yep, Elite gets off the throttle. And that is 10th place for Short Marcus. Only now a second behind Team Red. And is he going to get it? We've got a car ducking into the pits. That is CDM. Showing his... And that's a wing change for the McLaren driver. Mercedes driver. Elite has also got damage. So now, where am I? I was watching. Short Marcus did manage to get past Team Red with the superior speed on those softs, and Team Red must be feeling it on these medium tyres. Now, James is only 1.7 seconds ahead of Short Marcus, but crucially will be far more comfortable towards the end of the race if they both are doing a one-stop strategy. Little Jim only 0.3 of a second behind our previous leader of this race and pole sitter, Cons YT. Now, Cons has been on these sorts of 5 laps to make these last 19. I don't think so, but we don't know. You never know with these tyres, these drivers, and if we get a safety car, who knows what's going to happen. But Jim slowly climbing back up after his earlier mistake, which dropped him out of second position. And we've got Mitch right on the back of El Chacao and Chris not far behind them both. Cons 3 seconds down the road, and some great defence work there from El Chacao, who's still out on these softs as we see for Tier, setting the fastest lap of the race. He's still going! El Chacao is loving these mediums. We've seen Mitch move to the inside. Will Chris follow suit? He's not going to get him. Chris will not get him. And this has the potential to really upset Chris's game plan here. Mitch has got the fresh tyres and passed El Chacao. Chris needs a mistake from El Chacao, or this is going to cost the Red Bull driver some serious time. To the McLaren of Mitch. Currently sitting just 6 seconds down the road from Frontier. And El Chacao gets a 3-second penalty. A bad exit out of the turn as well, but holds it together, and Chris still cannot get past. Already 1.6 seconds behind Mitch, and the gap is growing with every corner. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3, and that's the spun McLaren. That's going to be James. El Chacao getting very loose out the turn. These soft tyres have definitely hit the cliff. It is time for the AlphaTauri to pit, and this is costing the Red Bull of Chris now 2.5 seconds from what I could see behind Mitch. Cons and Little Jim have caught up as well to Chris. The battle for second is well and truly on here in the OBF1 Tier 1 season finale. Once El Chacao pits, and we'll see if he does it this lap. It's going to be a dogfight between Chris, Mitch and Little Jim for second, I think. Chris is getting all over, and El Chacao's front rear wing. Jim having to compromise his exit as well. El Chacao pits, and we have a racer. 3 drivers with DRS and ERS. Cons is out of ERS. Jim not even using his to try and get past Chris. And Mitch now 3 seconds down the road from Chris after just 1 lap, making use of that DRS straight the previous lap. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. James really seeming to be struggling. Is the McLaren driver out of this Grand Prix? Cons is out. Cons has lost it. Cons has lost it, and we've got a full-blown safety car. I called it. We've got a full-blown safety car. Does this... Oh, what do you do here now if you are Marcus? Do you pit onto the mediums you know will get you to the end of the race, or do you stay out on these softs hoping you can make them last? That is the question on my eyes. But now this is going to pack the field right back up. This is going to be a dogfight for first between 4 incredible drivers in the top 4. Marcus, if he can pit and get out ahead of El Chicao, crucially, he should be able to. El Chicao being over 20 seconds behind him, having just pitted the imperfect time for the AlphaTauri driver, but this could allow his teammate Team Red and Gensarino all the opportunity to pit. What does Marcus do? I wonder, what is Marcus going to do here? We're going to sit on board with our previous race winner and outgoing champion Fatir, Mitch, both pitting. Fatir choosing the softs. He's going to struggle to, I think, maybe the wrong move here. Does Marcus pit? Yes, he does. He does. Marcus pitting. I'm sure Team Red will be taking this opportunity to get a discount in pit stop and onto the soft compound tyre. It's doable for 12 laps, including behind the safety car. All of our front drivers as well. Gensarino is going in. El Chicao will not. He should here jump Team Red, but it's going to be close. I don't think he's going to. It's going to be close. Time to open up that ERS and ERS, sorry. But no, he does not. And yes, he does. He gets ahead of Team Red, as does James. As does Elite NL Dave. Wow, that pit stop really costing Team Red. Obviously, it was a mandatory pit stop for him and Gensarino, but everyone taking this opportunity to pit. And I'm going to take a moment to give my voice a rest. The action here has been incredible. We are on lap 16 of 27 here at Japan. I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage, and I will be back in just a moment. Thank you. Hi everyone, I am back, and I think we will be getting going racing again once all the cars have caught up. So, with 10 laps of racing to go, Tier still sits in first in the Ferrari, Mitch in the McLaren second, Chris in third, Jim fourth, short Marcus fifth, El Chical sixth, James seventh, T-Red eighth, Gentorino ninth, Antonis 10th, CDM down in 11th, Lee and L Dave are debutant in 12th, and Marshall bringing up the rear. 13 drivers left, 16 started. Under safety car conditions after Collins' spin out and retirement from the race 2 laps ago. Sorry, 3 laps ago now, technically. But will the safety car be coming in? We are about to find out. Yes, he is. Safety car is coming in this lap, and we will be resuming for Tier is now the de facto safety car, and we are going to sit on board with Mitch to see when Tier goes for it and how Mitch reacts. See, I feel like that view, that's not, no, I will change the view just to watch for Tier go when just the McLaren Ferrari driver go. He's lost a bit of traction there. Mitch got a much better run out the last corner. He is alongside the Ferrari. It's going to be wheel to wheel down to the first corner. Who's going to get first? Mitch has got it. Mitch has got the line. Oh, for Tier running very aggressively there to try and keep first place, but Mitch has got it. Great effort there by the McLaren driver, and some balls of steel. Some James Hunt moves. Loving it. We head down towards the end of sector 1. Chris is still ahead of little Jim, but half a second behind. We've got a yellow flag, and James has spun, I think. I'm guessing Marshall has disconnected. Let's have a look. No, he maybe needed to pit. Has just pitted, maybe. I'm not sure, but let's focus on what I think are going to be 10 and falling laps of battles here for the win here at Suzuka. Can Mitch do it? Can Mitch get the win? Or for Tier, I don't think I have either driver won a race this season. I'm not 100% sure, but it would be a great thing to see. Watch this train. Wow, the top 5 drivers. Marcus losing a bit of time there to Jim, coming out of that last corner. Jim right on the back of Chris, but can't get the move done into turn 1. Mitch is going to have a battle and a 10th on his hands in a couple of laps if he can't get that second gap. I think the first to lose the DRS train is going to feel it massively. Gentorino up into 9th, Elite and El Dave down to 10th, CDM 11th. But these top 4, Marcus keeping up. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1, and it's James again. James having a torrid time through the S's. Jim looks down the inside. Oh, Chris just covering off the corner. Mitch half a second ahead of Fatir, who's pulling out. James still really struggling. I think his mediums are burning, and he is paying. Oh, that's another spin through sector 1. Will we shortly be seeing a retirement from the McLaren driver whose race started off so great, up into 3rd place, and has just gone from bad to worse since. But Fatir very much on the back of our race leader Mitch, sorry, I'm so used to now saying that. DRS has been enabled to slap, and we will shortly have some DRS action. Gentorino looks like he is going to be at the club of Elite, and El Dave, who gets past the Alpine driver. How about CDM? CDM gets very heavy on the first curb on the inside. Jim is out! Jim's out! And it's another safety car. Our reigning champ, little Jim, is out. And it looks like he's lost it through the chicane. but we've got another safety car. I'm sure Marshall will be getting a notification he can pass the safety car. Yep, go, 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 Craig. James is in for a new front wing, and this, as long as he will get out easily beforehand, he's going to be serving a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, I'm presuming. But yeah, let's look at this. Only 5 drivers on 3-second penalties: El Chacal, Antonis Ali, NL Dave, CDM, and James. Marshall once again lagging and has left of the session, but yes, we will short. We've got another safety car after our champion Jim retires here at Suzuka. Mitch doing a little dummy to see if any of the guys did go into the pits, but no. So we've got Mitch in first for Tier, second Chris in third, Marcus in fourth, and I imagine that's 20, 21, 22 will be under safety car with 5 laps racing. 23 through 27 to decide the winner here at the Suzuka International Circuit. I'm seeing some drivers in the pits. It looks like, yep, CDM and James coming around. See, it's showing Marshall 13th, but he's in 10th. It's confusing. I doubt he's a lap down on 9th for some reason. I very much doubt it. So sorry guys, just resting my voice for a minute for these last 5 laps. Looks like it's going to be one heck of a finish to race, but I do need to rest my voice now, so I'm just going to wait until we get notification that the safety car is going to be pitting. Will we be getting going? We're just waiting for the McLaren of James to catch up. 11 drivers remain, 10 will get points, 5 laps to go. James really trying to catch the field up, and I think he will do. He's not too far behind, but he's not got much time to catch up. Let's see if he can, or if we're only going to have 4 laps of racing. Surprised to see James so far behind and having pitted again. But I think, yeah, this is going to be another lap of safety car. Yeah, unfortunately. So... Okay, so we will be re-getting going this lap, without a doubt. All of the drivers are nicely together. Like I said, one driver will not get points today, out of the drivers who haven't been shown for the first time all season. No points for the Alfa Romeo team. Mitch warming his tyres up, getting ready to go. We will sit on board with the tier for this. Let's wait to see when does Mitch drop the throttle to restart us for the final 4 laps here in Tier 1. And Mitch has gone, and what a start by the McLaren driver. Already 8 tenths, did look like he connected with the wall a bit, but no. Marcus right on the back of Chris and me. Yep, no, the 4 drivers still very much in contact with one another. No big gaps forming. Their team really closing up to Mitch here. Is Mitch struggling? Nice line there from Fatir. Down towards, I think this is turn 7. CDM dispatches Gensorino very quickly, already a second ahead. James, if he wants to be that last driver to get points, he needs to get this move done now. He's got 3.5 laps. And all I was going to say, that looks like it's going to be a challenge. Goes for the inside, but Gensorino doesn't leave him any space. He gets the move done, but has he got the traction to keep it hold it? Yes, but was that a bit too defensive from Gensorino? It was a lunge, but this has already given the gap to cut CDM for 9th place. We've got a huge DRS train behind Team Red Company. Tier 2 reserve, any Aston Martin sitting in 6th place. Very interesting line there coming through 130. Nice exit. Maybe taking a bit of a cut, too much of the cut there. We've got a Ferrari in the pits. Fatir is in the pits. He has damage, and that's his race basically over. Short Marcus and Chris right alongside each other. Is Chris going to get the exit he needs? Yes, he does. And the AlphaTauri's 3rd and 4th. Wow. Antonis gets past Team Reds. And now he needs to pull the gap out. We've got 3 laps left here at Suzuka. And Patir, who has led so much of this race, gets front wing damage on lap 24 of 27, dropping him to 11th place and out the points for the Ferrari. This actually, I don't think this allows Mitch to now get 3rd in the championship, because I think he's out 35, 40 points behind Patir. But, wow, we're going to stay on board with this battle for 2nd place. Worth noting though that Team Red is still on for 5th place. The 2 drivers ahead of him need to gain some time. CDM gets past Team Red as well. James does get past Gensorino. He's got 2 and a bit laps to gain the additional 4.5 seconds he needs over the Alpine driver to claim 9th place though. Oh, some bit slidey there from Chris and short Marcus. Oh, Marcus again having to correct out of the last turn. DRS has been enabled. Chris is in crucially for Marcus out of the DR range of Mitch. Mitch will, if Chris cannot catch up on Mitch this lap, he is going to be fodder as we go into that last lap. We're only going to get 1 DRS straight here. 4 laps, 1 DRS straight, because there is only 1, and obviously the detection point is not in the lap before. So what can they do here? Chris really close, and he knows he needed to close that gap, and he has done. But will Mitch be able to gate? Obviously some drivers are setting their car up for the first sector, some for the 2nd and 3rd. They're all very different sectors. So Mitch now putting it out. He's got 8.5 tenths. Marcus, and I was on the lock up now. I was no smoke, just a bit of a brake noise. God, I would not want to call the battle for 4th right now. It's so close between all of the 5 drivers involved. All 4 of the drivers who have got 3-second penalties, and even Team Red. He's only, I want to say he's about 3.3 seconds behind El Chicao, but El Chicao is going to be defending for his life in this last lap to hold on to 1st. However, can he break the DRS slipstream to Antonis? He's only got to gain a couple of attempts, but I don't know, he has not. And Antonis has the DRS to protect himself. CDM right on the back of Elite Dave. It's the last lap. James setting the fastest lap. He's got 4.5 seconds. Is he going to get the move done on Team Red? Yes, he is. And James needs 1.2 seconds to claim that 9th spot. It does look like a 4-dog battle for 4th place, and the El Chicao is going to hold on to it for Tier. No surprise, setting the fastest lap, but unless someone makes a mistake in this last lap, he will not get the additional point for it, finishing outside the points on 11th place. Marcus having to recorrect there. What a battle here is, but right now Marcus looking round the outside of Chris. Can he get something done into these last couple of turns? No. As we head down towards the finish line. 130R. Great line by Mitch. Short Marcus can't get past Chris. So this is it. Our top 3 separated by just a second. Mitch takes the checkered flag. Chris 2nd. Short Marcus 3rd. We've got Elite Dave. And look at this. Wow. El Chicao 4th. Elite Dave 5th. CDM 6th. Antonis, who was 5th at the start of the lap, just lost it. Team Red comes in 8th. Look at these gaps. CDM at 10th behind Elite Dave. Antonis 49 thousandths. Team Red 60 thousandths of a second. The gaps are incredible. James gets the time over Gensorino by 0.3 of a second. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the OBF1 Tier 1 race here at Suzuka. Massive congratulations to Our race winner, Mitch, like I said, I believe it's his first of the season, and Short Marcus crowned a driver of the day in the AlphaTauri. So we see the drivers on the podium. Mitch first, Chris second, Short Marcus third. What a race, what a race. The drivers celebrating up on the podium. And that concludes Season 4 here in the OBF1 Racing League. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in. We're just going to run through the final standings now. Mitch taking the checkered flag in first. Chris second, Short Marcus third. A fantastic drive from Chakao to hold off all 5 drivers that were behind him. The Elite Dave, CDM, Antonis and Team Red. And then James in 9th, Gentorino in his debut in Tier 1, taking a point for the Alpine team, followed by Fatir in 11th. The non-finishers today were Marshall, Little Jim, Cons, Dixie and Kieran. So that wraps up our session here at the Suzuka circuit and F1 2021. I hope you've all enjoyed your racing here in the OBF1 community. It has been a pleasure for me to be doing comms for the last 5-6 weeks. I hope you've enjoyed my comms tonight and the other nights. Thank you so much for having me, guys, and have a great evening. Well done to all of the drivers, again, some amazing wheel-to-wheel action, and come to expect nothing less in this amazing league. So this is Pete W signing out for the night. Take care, guys. Thanks.